Absolutely fantastic. Live on Six Music, that is Deerhoof. And you heard King Toe and the Sparrow and Future Teenage Cave Artists. And also, we'll get to what else we heard there as well. But hello, how are you doing? Hello to Satomi.
Hello.
Hello to Greg.
Hi.
Hello to John.
Hello.
And hello to Ed. And thanks for the maniacal laughter as well. Fantastic.
Count on us for that.
Now, last night the tour started with the sellout show in Bristol at Strange Brew, and the first tune you played was Ozzy Osbourne's Miracle Man, which we just heard there as well. Why did you go for that particular number?
Because I loved that album when I was in Japan growing up, and I went to Budokan to see that album tour.
Yeah, no rest for the wicked. His solo work is lighter than Sabbath, which isn't difficult. I'll give you that. But I do like that balance. You've got Crazy Train, and you've also got War Pigs. Something for everybody there.
Yeah.
Is this? Has it been known for Deerhoof to break into renditions of Ozzy tunes or indeed Sabbath tunes spontaneously in rehearsals? Ever has that happened to you?
I think in the van it's happened, but not in rehearsals.
What, we broke into a rendition in the van? I don't even understand.
We don't know what Ed's doing in the back seat most of the time.
No, just the spirit.
Ed's breaking into a rendition in his mind.
Yeah. Spirit overtakes Satomi, and crazy babies will just start.
It's a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Now you are playing. We played a couple of tunes tonight from the latest LP, Noble and Godlike in Ruin. It is described as a grotesque in two parts, rather than a grotesque after the gram. Just so we're clear, what you mean by a grotesque? What do you mean by a grotesque?
I don't know what you mean by after the gram.
Oh, that's
does John's waving his arms? Oh no, he just was trying to roll up his sleeves.
It's a
He's
reference.
getting ready to punch somebody in the eye or something.
Well, in honour of Mark Riley not being here, it's a reference to a Fall LP.
Right. Okay.
There we are. So sorry about that. So that's
Yeah, you're going to apologize for our lack of encyclopedic knowledge of British music.
I should assume nothing. I don't assume anything in me either. For example, now a grotesque is like a gargoyle. Is that right?
Well, yeah, that's the sculptural version. But I mean, yeah, grotesque. That which is both sinister and humorous at the same time, perhaps.
Yeah, I've got you. I mean, Charles Lawton looks at a grotesque and wishes he was made of stone, doesn't he? In whatever that's called. Oh, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Blimey, you see, I needed help there. You didn't step in.
I thought you were going to say, what is it? Oh, Wikipedia.
Yeah, he probably says it on there as well. Now, 31 years of Deerhoof, 20 LPs. And you make a record which is unmistakably Deerhoof, and yet it's new and fresh. It takes listeners to different places. How does that work? Sorry.
Yeah, how dare you ask such a complimentary question? How dare you butter us up like this? It makes us all so uncomfortable.
Okay, well,
I don't know. How do we do it? I mean, I don't know. I think that if we made an attempt to repeat ourselves, it would fail. That's my sense. Because I think when we made a song, we don't really know how it ended up like that. I mean, we didn't have the formula. We didn't have the recipe. So, in other words, it's completely inadvertent.
It does sometimes begin with a riff, though. I wonder if you have a riff. Is this riff familiar controller in the band? I mean, the Return of the Fire is an immense, brilliant riff.
Thank you.
Sorry, more buttering up there, but it is, isn't it? You know.
Well, yeah, that one was the riff part, the bass line. It's kind of a do 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 do. I think I made up that part. This is Greg sitting on the drums, who occasionally makes up riffs. But then do 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 do. That part, John made up that riff. It was basically. I heard John emailed me a riff, and then I said that's a lot like my riff. And then through the miracle of splicing, we found that a song was 2/3 complete.
Miracle Man. Beautiful extra sound effect. And on the opener on Overrated Species Anyway, which is a beautiful opener. Sorry, more buttering up, but it is. What are those? There are some animal noises on there. Maybe birds, maybe insects. What's going on there?
They're actually all beyond the range of our hearing. You know,
exactly.
we've lost a lot of hearing on tour. Yeah, all our high frequencies have been eliminated. So we'll take your word for it.
Okay. And this is, once again, a self-produced record. And and you do go to town at times. Well, you go to town throughout, to be honest. But there's this crescendo on A Body of Mirrors, the One More to Go bit, which is extraordinary. Was that? And I'd imagine that became part of the song in the studio. Is that the way it worked?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, that whole song is a studio creation for sure. And it's,
when we say studio, we mean John's basement.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it was just sort of that song had been something that I'd been sitting around, or I had been sitting on for a long time, and slowly playing around with and adding things to, and it, you know, it seemed to work with this record, and everybody had ideas of ways to develop it, and so we finished it together.
Now, there was one recent tour where I'm going back to listening to things on the tour bus here, but when you're not playing, getting out Marshall stacks and playing the entire 4 first albums of Black Sabbath, you were listening to Dan Stevens narrating Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Wait, how do you know it's Dan Stevens? And first of all, it wasn't in a tour bus, it was in an economy car that John was driving, almost crashing because he's not used to driving on the other side of the road.
Let me phrase that again. So in your economy car, the only reason, because I did some extra research, I don't want to sound like some sort of squeaky...
Too late.
But you said it was the guy from Downton Abbey. I've not seen Downton Abbey, so I looked...
Me neither.
So I looked up Downton Abbey Frankenstein. I did, yeah.
Brilliant.
Lo and behold, there it was.
Yeah.
It was Dan Stevens.
He does such a good job.
He was
really, really good.
Yeah, and he's about to be in a film with Al Pacino. I did that as well by following various things I wasn't that interested in, but hang on a minute, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Does any of this sound familiar to your own online adventures? But did that seep into this record? Am I right in thinking that? And if so, what are you listening to this time around?
I'm just picturing a bunch of fan fiction that incorporates everything you just mentioned, which is Al Pacino, Frankenstein,
Deerhoof.
Downton Abbey.
It's a pitch. It's a Hollywood pitch. Come on.
Green light.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yes, when we were, when I was talking about that splicing earlier, and we had these songs that were, kind of pieced together from fragments. Satomi was like, you know what this record should be about? Frankenstein. So then what did she do? She downloaded the first Frankenstein audiobook she could find for free, and it was the Downton Abbey version. And we listened to it in the car while traveling the UK last year. We were all so moved that we're like, it just completely, I mean, all of the lyrics were formed entirely around the themes that resonate not only still, but perhaps more than ever. I mean, good things about dehumanization and sort of creating a thing and then rejecting it and thinking that it's your right to now hate it and destroy it, and then it wanting to destroy you in retaliation. And it seemed to have many echoes with today's universe that we're all enduring. And so it just completely hit home and felt like it really matched the sound of the songs and the way we were feeling.
I mentioned 31 years and counting of Deerhoof, and this is my last stupid question before we get on to are you taking cash only on the tour dates and indeed the tour dates. But how...
Man, you're getting a lot of Wi-Fi signal in London. I mean, I can't... What's the password here? I can't get on the... Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
How would Deerhoof fare if you were starting out now, do you reckon?
Very, very beautifully and extremely poorly. It's like, I mean, obviously, it's like, we can say 31 years it's like some reason that we should be patting ourselves on the back. It's exactly the opposite. We started when getting on an indie rock label, in the mid-90s was like, I mean, every indie rock label was looking for the next Nirvana or something, or the next Bikini Kill, or, whatever. And so, it was like a red carpet was rolled out for us and hundreds of other bands, at least in the U.S., and, we kind of got over several milestones and traditional career tour humps before they had become extremely problematized by, a changing industry. So by the time, for instance, streaming took over, it's like, well, we don't really rely on streaming for our listeners. We kind of got in before that, and we already had a lot of listeners. I think that if we were starting now and played the songs that we just played to all of you now, they'd be like, next, you know what I mean? That's my opinion. I think that young musicians now, just getting their start right now, are in a nearly impossible position, and we understand very much and are grateful for the fact that we are so lucky, and that the challenges and threats to a musician nowadays starting are almost insurmountable. And it's quite a dangerous career, I think,
I hope there are shy people on the freaky side all over who are still empowered and encouraged by listening to Deerhoof, though.
Right on.
I reckon that's
cool.
the case.
Yeah.
Now, to more important matters, cash. Are you still cash only on the merch stand for these upcoming dates?
Yes.
Good, that's fine.
Yes, we wish we could do other things, but
no, we don't. We love those pounds.
Well, we like the pounds fine, but it's just we wish we could have a whole panoply of possible ways to pay us, but we don't have that possibility, unfortunately.
Okay, we can't carry around all the like eggs and chickens that people bring in to trade.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so take some cash with you, as much as you can afford, if you want to use the merch stand at upcoming tour dates, which are as follows. Lest we forget, tomorrow night, the Castle and Falcon in Birmingham. Get along if you can to that. Then the Caves in Edinburgh on Friday, the Bridnell Social Club in Leeds on Saturday. Yes, the Pink Room in Manchester on the night of Sunday, 27th of July. Then on Monday, the first of two nights at Bush Hall in London. On Tuesday, 29th, the second of two nights at Bush Hall in London. And then Lido in Margate on next Wednesday, the 30th of July. The latest album is Noble and Godlike in Ruin. Play it loud and listen all the way through. That's what they tell you to do, and quite right too. And listen, thanks so much, and thanks for dropping by. Absolutely splendid stuff. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Free Palestine.
Six Music.